Hi students, welcome to Social Studies class and we continue our history chapter 3rd Nationalism in India. As you all might have seen, so far we have completed double attack, Jallianwala Bagh incident, we have completed non-cooperation movement, we have completed Khilafat movement and Chauri Chaura incident. Now we have seen the impact of civil non-cooperation movement also. Now, today we shall discuss about the Salt March and the civil disobedience movement. Now, students, you will be knowing that after the failure of Purna Swaraj, on 26th Jan 1930, which was declared by the Indian National Congress that on 26 March 1930 they will be attaining the Purna Swaraj, but they could not, fail. So it was failed because Mahatma Gandhi saw that the Indian National Congress could not gain the attention of entire nation. Entire country people were not aware or did not took active part in that movement. So next Mahatma Gandhi thought that we have to next unite a mass movement by which we have to connect each and every sections of the society, not only Hindus and Muslims. Apart from these two, each and every sections of the society, people from both the religion, from every section of society must be included in the movement. Then only we can make a mass movement and we can have any popularity. So Mahatma Gandhi decided to launch Salt Satyagraha or Dandi March, you can say, because he took salt as a common issue which is consumed by every individual. It may be rich people or poor person. Every one of us use salt in our food items daily. So it was a common thing by which he would attain the attention of entire community, entire section of society in the country. Now before that, on 1st January 1930, 1st Jan 1930, Mahatma Gandhi, he wrote a letter. In that he has kept 11 demands. 11 demands to Lord Irwin. He wrote a letter to Lord Irwin stating 11 demands. Most of the demands were of common interest, day-to-day life, and remaining he has included the demands of each and every sections of society. Whatever the needs and requirements of the people were there in those time, in every society, he has included, including from the top industrialist till bottom of the peasants. Every section, whatever the needs of the people, including the demands, so that all the people will become conscious, will get alert, will keep certain attention, and they will be focused, so that Mahatma Gandhi is concerned about each and every section of society by which he can gain the attention of entire community people. Okay, now this 11 demands letter which was written to Lord Irving, it was just like an ultimatum. Okay, he has said that if by March, if there is no solution for this 11 demands, then he may go for the Salt Satyagraha, Salt March. Now, by seeing these 11 demands, Lord Irwin was unwilling to accept. He was not willing to accept. And he has not denied all those 11 demands. And Mahatma Gandhi got an opportunity to start another mass movement, that was Salt Satyagraha, or we can say civil disobedience movement. Okay, now, and he has taken salt as a common issue because salt is consumed by each and every person in the society. Now, Mahatma Gandhi, along with his 78 volunteers, Mahatma Gandhi, along with his 78 volunteers, started Dandi March from his ashram Sabarmati in Ahmedabad till Dandi. Now, it continued for 24 days. 24 days because total it was 240 miles. They used to walk 10 miles per day. They used to walk 10 miles per day and they have completed their march in 24 days. Now, wherever Mahatma Gandhi used to halt or stop his march, people used to gather to see Mahatma Gandhi, to listen to Mahatma Gandhi. Now, Mahatma Gandhi used to address the gathering and he used to urge people to follow his procession in a peaceful manner, not to violate it, not to follow the violence. It should be in a non-violence method. Finally, Mahatma Gandhi reached on 6th April 1930 to Dandi, and there he boiled seawater and he made salt by violating the salt law. Now, this was violated all over the country in different parts, various places. The Indians, they manufactured the salt law in front of the British industries and they did demonstration violating the salt law. Now, in this way, the salt law was violated. Now, here, this was little different. The civil disobedience movement was little different from the non-cooperation movement. In non-cooperation movement, we saw that Indians were not cooperating with the Britishers. They stopped cooperating. Now, in civil disobedience movement, along with non-cooperation, that is non-cooperating, they also started violating the colonial laws and rules. Now, the rules and the laws which were made by the colonial people, that is Britishers, the Indians started violating them. Now, what happened? The Indians, they started burning the British goods, burning the British clothes. They started picketing the foreign clothes, liquor shops and all. Village officials resigned. The farmers and the peasants refused to pay the taxes and the chowkidari tax revenues and all. So in this way, they started completely violating the British law. Now, you would have heard a name, Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan. He was very, you can say, deep devotee of Mahatma Gandhi, because of which he is also known as Frontier Gandhi. Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan. He is also known as a Frontier Gandhi. Now, he started a satyagraha. Now, by seeing all this, he also started a satyagraha in Lahore. Now, when he was caught and he was put in the jail, so the mob in Lahore, they started rallies and dharnas where thousands of people were killed and brutally beaten by the British officials. Now, by seeing all this mass agitation, the Britishers got little panic that people all over the country, from east to west, north to south, they became very much aggressive towards the Britishers. So they started picking up the important Congress leaders and putting them in the jail. Now, by this time, most of the important leaders of Indian National Congress were in the jail. By seeing this violence, by seeing these clashes between the revolutionaries and the Britishers, Mahatma Gandhi once again called off the non-cooperation, civil disobedience movement. And on 5th March 1930, he went to an agreement with Lord Irwin. On 5th March 1930, 31, sorry, on 5th March 1931, Gandhi Irving Pact was signed. Now, by signing this pact, Mahatma Gandhi agreed to participate in the Round Table Conference. By this time, in the year 1930, the first Round Table Conference was completed. This Round Table Conference was completely boycotted by Indian National Congress. Only Dr. B.R. Ambedkar from India participated in this Round Table Conference. B.R. Ambedkar was the only one person who participated in all the three Round Table Conferences. Now, Mahatma Gandhi participated in the second Round Table Conference in the 1931, year 1931, where he was very much disappointed. The demands which he has kept in front of Lord Irwin in this was not accepted. He was very badly insulted in this Round Table Conference, and he could not bear that, and he came back to India. By this time, what happened? Most of the Indian leaders were in the jail. Britishers became very strict towards the Indian, and they were very much active in suppressing any rallies, dharnas, hartals, strikes and all. But Mahatma Gandhi, with great effort, he tried to once again relaunch the civil disobedience movement, that is Salt Satyagraha. But what happened? By 1934, this movement became very weak, because people slowly started losing the hope and interest. The main reason was that most of the important leaders, most of the followers, the people who used to attract the gatherings, all were put in the jails. There were no proper leader, there were no active leaders who could attract the mass and could continue the Salt Satyagraha. So it was very difficult for Mahatma Gandhi alone to continue the Salt Satyagraha. That's why by 1934, Salt Satyagraha became very weak, and finally it came to end by itself without falling off. So students, I hope so you would have understood the Salt Satyagraha, civil disobedience march till now. In the next class, we will see what was the impact of the Salt Satyagraha, how did the people in India get understood the Salt Satyagraha in their own way. We will continue in the next class. By the time, take care, see you, bye.